Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the sonnets, and today we've got Sonnet 38, which goes, "How can my muse want subject to invent, while thou dost breathe, that pour'st into my verse thine own sweet argument, too excellent for every vulgar paper to rehearse? Oh, give thyself the thanks, if aught in me, worthy perusal, stand against thy sight. For who's so dumb that cannot write to thee, when thou thyself dost give invention light? Be thou the 10th muse, 10 times more in worth than those old 9 which rhymers invocate. And he that calls on thee, let him bring forth eternal numbers to outlive long date. If my slight muse do please these curious days, the pain be mine, but thine shall be the praise." So this is a very long way of saying you're the inspiration. It's going back to that. Again, we presume that Shakespeare is talking to the fair youth, but there aren't really any identifying qualities in this particular sonnet, so it could be to anybody, from anybody, but whoever the speaker is, they are just sort of blown away by how beautiful and inspirational the listener is. So they're saying, how could anybody ever run out of ideas to create things while you exist, because you're so lovely to look on? And he's like, there's all these other poets and they're writing, vulgar poetry, whatever, but here's you, and you're great, and anything great that I produce, I owe to you, and anything, if anybody praises any of my poems that are about you, they should actually be praising you instead, to the point where Shakespeare says you should be the 10th muse. It was long thought for a long time that there were 9 muses in, I believe it was Greek mythology, who were all women who inspired art and poetry and theater and stuff like that. And Shakespeare is elevating this listener to the level of those other 9 muses, saying that you're the 10th muse that can inspire people all over the world, and how can anybody not be inspired when they see you, that sort of thing. So it's not particularly deep if you want to dig into it and say that this is, again, proof of Shakespeare's homosexuality or bisexuality. If he's, Shakespeare's man talking to another man, could be written from another perspective, since he's saying that the listener should be the 10th muse. Maybe the listener is female if we're looking at things through a heterosexual lens. Who knows? But anyway, that's Sonnet 38, and I'll see you tomorrow for Sonnet 39. Mwah.